Alright, you guys, welcome. This is Hurricane Melissa. So this is a Category 5. We'll be making Category 5 landfall before going to Category 4 just after. That's mostly due to the... But we already have a lot of flooding. If we go to this camera, this is already flooding. This is flat bridge. As you can see, the bridge is completely underwater. There is actually no, yeah. See, and debris is coming down. The water, there was a huge blockage of like wood or something, and something hit it and it just went downstream very fast. So if you look up on our overlay, the flood risk is extreme and the damaging wind risk is high. So that's the highest you can get. Those are going to be here. I am back finally. I'm going to check what stream looks like, but so far, this is going to make landfall, catastrophic flooding and damage up to 40, I think even 50 inches of rainfall is likely in this area. Some areas of Jamaica already had flooding, so the ground is saturated, and a lot of people are tracking this on WeatherWise. 221 people. It was 100 when I checked back on this last time. And then if we look at another one, this is Little London, Westmoreland. That should actually have more, so I don't think that is current. But downtown Maypen, power line down. So we've already lost power to downtown Maypen. Kingston, we have a live view. This is probably the best view that we can get of this hurricane. Is this infrared and some radar. Now, we have a few radar frames which aren't that good. We don't really have too many, we don't have too many radars that are really good around this area. Really no radar. So wait a minute, I'm trying to look how the stream is going. This is Flatbridge. You should be able to see that. Yep. This is extremely dangerous. I mean, if you are in this area, you need to get somewhere safe, as this is one of the, more. All right, yeah, that's doing good. So if you are in this area, you need to be getting in a safe spot. And if we go ahead and look at this, okay, so the hurricane whatever center, I'm gonna see something. Yeah, so rainfall, with storm total rainfall of 40 inches, catastrophic flooding and landslides are possible. Life-threatening storm surge is likely. Peak storm surge heights could reach 9 to 13 feet above ground level. This is near to the east of where the center. So, Alligator Pond, you guys, if you're on the coast, you need to get inland fast. Um, Black River, Savannah, Lamar, all these areas and inland will be getting, really almost all the island, but especially the western side where this will make landfall. We are about an hour away from landfall. Here's the loop. It made a sharp turn last night. It was over here where my mouse is, if y'all can see that. No, you can't. Let me turn that on. Can you? Okay, yeah. So it was over here, just south of Jamaica, and now it is all the way over here, just to the west of Kingston. Now, Kingston, you guys are pretty all the island, but especially the areas near the coast. You can already see here near Kingston the um the wind is ramping up a lot. and debris flowing down on flat bridge. That is right here. Yeah, it's right here. So if it's a lot of flooding already going on to the point where you can't even see the bridge. So all flowing into the ocean. Now, as you can see, eyewall is doing good. If we go to our water vapor, doesn't really show anything. But if we go to visible, look at the eye of this hurricane. This is basically a black hole. Now, hurricane hunters yesterday actually reported that like when they went into the storm, they were getting like hit with very strong G forces in the hurricane. Where was I at? So yeah, this hurricane will bring catastrophic flooding. Um, Tons of lightning. This hurricane broke its own eye record multiple times, which is the warmest eye. It has the warmest eye record. Um, yeah, 8 a.m. they went 180 miles per hour. Now, yeah, I think the bridge is still there, just underwater. But I don't know for sure. It looks like it. Now, this hurricane, it'll make landfall at Category 5, which is very bad. 173 mile per hour winds and 901 millibar minimum pressure. That is very low. And never mind, yeah, it's 175. But yeah, spaghetti models here showing it mostly going straight through Jamaica, then hitting these areas of Cuba, and then it's gonna go in, hit Bermuda at about uh, Category 1. It will hit Cuba at about Category 4. So it'll also hit areas like the Bahamas, just south at around Category 2, and then it'll pretty much be Category 2 all the way till Bermuda, and then there are some, which these are just the stray models saying it'll go near the coast, which it will not. And then from there, it's just really unpredictable, but it's probably just gonna go in the middle of the ocean, North Atlantic, and just stay there for a while before just going. But yeah, we are about about an hour or two away from landfall. My bad for silence. I'm trying to find recon where the recon thing is. I don't know if I can show this on stream because this is some other guy's website and stuff. But yeah, it's closing in. Whenever I made the stream, this thing was just taking off. I don't see it. It's loading, I think. I don't see recon. Don't know where it is. But it might just not be loading for me. But yeah, this. Whoa, what is that? Is that always there? Yeah, we're gonna keep that flat bridge camera up for a little bit longer. Yeah, it probably broke 900 millibar pressure. But this thing is just continuing to get closer and closer. This last run was about 13 minutes ago. And this one is about 5:40 a.m. It was just here. Um, and then eventually, at 6:10 it got, or no, 7:30 it got right here. It fully entered the cone at around 7:20, and then now it's 8 a.m. The last scan or the last image. Um, yeah. So this thing will go between Alligator Pond and Black River. Um, a lot of areas in this will be destroyed or maybe even completely swept, like, wooden buildings and other stuff like that. Anything that is like not well built. Some of these areas are able to withstand hurricanes. Some of these buildings are made very well. But if you look on this flat bridge camera, you see that house in the corner. If this water goes any higher, that house will not be there, or that hut, or whatever that is, like bridge control or something. Um, that won't be there. The shack. Um, dude, that's insane. Yeah, this hurricane. Look at these bands. This little area, this tail of this hurricane is very large. I mean, just extending off the hurricane. That will also bring a lot of wind and rain, but the main area is this. I mean, it's moving very slow. If it was moving faster, the winds would probably be a little bit higher. I don't know the validity on that, but I do know this thing is moving slow, so the rain, the wind, it's going to last very, very long over Jamaica. Um, this thing will pass over Jamaica and probably the eye will probably be out by later today, but we will probably be live for Cuba landfall as well with the Category 5 or 4, which will be 138 wind speed, like current, like constant wind speed, and then 167 gusts. Well, that is very lower. That's very much lower than what we have now, which is let's see. I mean, I already know it's 173 like constant, and then probably around 200 like 190 gusts with this Hurricane Melissa. I'm gonna pull up something real quick. Where's this alert I got? Your microphone is muted Unmuted but has no signal. 15 minutes ago. Look at this. Look at that radar. That is insane. Look at that well-defined eye wall on radar. That is very impressive from a hurricane. This far away, I'd say, you know, the mesovortice deformation is definitely causing some deformation. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the eye did get bigger from 5:40 to 8 a.m. today, which is once again very impressive. But that may actually just be some deformation from the mesovortices. I don't know though. Um, wow, dude. This is actually like this is the most severe hurricane we've ever tracked on this channel. I haven't been live in a while, but this is the most severe hurricane that we've tracked on this channel that makes landfall. Um, and yeah, there are people right next to this flooding, which I do not recommend. They should be inland, farther from this area. Like, stay away from any bodies of water that you can, that because any creeks, rivers, streams like this will get bigger. You know, 50 inches of rain in one spot will cause like this. See that sign? This water may be well over that sign once this hurricane makes landfall. An hour, maybe even less after. So this area is definitely going to be getting extreme flooding, especially Rio Combre River St. Catherine. This is the area that we are looking. This is like the first, like this is the I think the only camera with severe flooding. I think the Kingston one is down. No, it's not. So yeah, we're probably going to be seeing. I mean, look at that. Look at that wind. Then Little London, Westmoreland is down. Um, so is I think that's the only one down. Downtown Maypen is showing this is the camera that we're going to be looking at um during landfall probably if it definitely does buffer. It looks like Recon is now in this approaching the eye of this hurricane. Um 60 knot winds already, barely in the core. This thing will be extremely close to Jamaica within the next 30 minutes. 30 minutes, and then it'll make landfall in about an hour and a half to an hour. Um, because we just got a new scan, which gets this thing even closer. Here's our 8 a.m. scan, and here's 8:10. So not, that's 10 minutes. Um, yeah, I'm still not seeing still not. Oh. Yeah, recon is in this. I'm gonna see if I can get this up. Yeah, recon is in this. It's approaching the eye wall. I can't get this. Can't get this for some reason to come up on here. But it's recording 59 knots right now on this area of the storm. It's right here. It is right here. Um, it's approaching the eye. I'm just gonna say that. Definitely getting closer. I wish they would show recon on Weatherwise. That'd be a good update. If they don't have that already. I mean, look at this. This is the loop again. It's getting closer and closer within the past, you know, 3 hours. Yeah, this is how close it's gotten within the past 3 hours. This thing is getting closer and closer. Um, we're gonna once we get that recon data, we're probably gonna see, below 900 millibar pressures inside of this hurricane, like near the eye. Yeah, the eye has definitely expanded a little bit. But whatever recon finds, that is the most accurate information on this, better than satellite, better than just estimates and models. They're gonna actually drop stuff into the hurricane to get the exact like measurements from inside the hurricane. We have a This is not official. This is my own rating. So flood risk is extreme, damaging wind risk is high. Um, so yeah, the first pass will probably be around southeast northwest um, part. Are expecting a lot. I will be right back. All right, I am back. Um, okay, I am back. Yep, thank you, Streamlabs, for telling me unmute your microphone source. So yeah, news scan from satellite. This is now 10 minutes ago, so they seem to be updating every 10 minutes. This is 8:20. This is the brand new uh one. Now, if we look and see the position of it now, so this is 8:10, 8:20. So definitely has not moved a lot, but I'd say within the next 30 minutes it's going to be a little bit closer. Um, but that is just a prediction. It's probably going to be closer in about an hour. Now, it doesn't really matter if this was a category 4, 5, or even maybe category 3. The impacts are going to be like the damage and the flooding is still going to be there. It's still going to be as bad as this thing was a category 4. Now, we are worried about the winds, but mostly the flooding because, this is an island, and since this hurricane is about as big as the island, the eye is very large compared to the island. Um, like the entire island is going to have an effect. So there's really no area. If you, I heard reports. I don't know how um accurate this is, but only one person got on the evacuation buses. Um, so most people are staying, but a lot of people on vacation too are staying here. So we're definitely going to have those impacts too. If we look back on the flat bridge, this, still flooding. It's probably going up. Um, this thing is showing no. This thing showed no um signs of weakening right now or overnight. The past 24 hours. Um, this thing became Category 5 yesterday at around 5 a.m. Uh, maybe a little bit earlier than that. So that shows that this is extremely dangerous. This thing actually showed signs of strengthening earlier. This thing has the record for the driest eye wall in history. Like that we have been able to record. That has been confirmed with this satellite, not this one, but a different one, or like a different product. But we are still. Let's see if this camera is back. Nope. So yeah. So power is down to a lot of these areas already. We've been getting reports of power outages since yesterday. Um, so that's something to take into account. So, you know, a lot of people might still have power. That's the reason we're covering this, because if nobody has power, then there's really no point in going live, because a lot of people will not have access to watching streams because cell towers, if they even have any in here, I assume they do. Um, yeah, there are. Um, those might experience outages due to the power outages with these. about 4 minutes away from getting data from the eye of this hurricane from recon. This is probably one of the most impressive hurricanes we've ever seen. This is alright, so we're probably gonna be getting another satellite view in about 10 minutes or like about that. 2.5 hours till landfall. And it looks like the bridge is gone. I'm gonna ask. Um, they're zooming in. But yeah, so it hasn't been swept, it's just underwater. I just misread that as like gone, but it looks like they're late. Okay. So tons of people watching this, tons of people watching on flight radar. This is probably the most tracked flight. We're probably going to be getting data any second now from this. You know, this bridge probably won't survive because once the current gets insane, like this is tons of force just pushing into that bridge. Once it gets even more underwater, this thing is just gonna be gone. Um, so definitely going to be. We might even see it get swept away on camera. I don't know. Um, but definitely going to be one of the most dangerous hurricanes, possibly even the most deadliest hurricanes we've seen in the Atlantic at least. I know that this is the driest eye recorded, and you know. Okay, so there's a report. Oh my God, it's true. So we got. Um, we got. This is confirmed. This is from the recon. We have just gotten below 900 pressure, 893.5. This officially breaks Milton of 895. And they still have more. So this may go lower. We don't know yet. This officially breaks Milton's record. This is officially one of the lowest pressures of any Atlantic hurricane. I'm pretty sure it is the lowest pressure of any Atlantic hurricane. I'm gonna check that. 882 Hurricane Wilma. So this is getting in the area of Hurricane Wilma pressures, about 10 under. And that might not even be the center. So this may actually be um it may be get even lower than the center. Um, yeah. So yeah, that's not that's not the center. It was measured at 55 knots around the center, or around that. So it's might be far from the center. New scan. There we go. That's 11 minutes ago, so we seem to be getting a good scan. Oh yeah, that's like right next to the eye wall. That 893.5 millibar. Yeah. So this is, extremely strong hurricane. We have not seen much like this um ever. How many people do we have watching? Okay, so it just reached around like 170, 160 knot winds. Wow. Yeah, the rain and stuff is hitting Jamaica. Yeah, look at that. It's already beginning to. Oh, it's Little London, so looks like it's back. So we're gonna have that in the corner. Um, and it seems like it just broke its own record once again. Um, negative 2 dot or 0.25 Celsius, which breaks the record again for the driest eye wall, or the driest eye of any hurricane. So there that is. We are beginning to see water accumulate on the ground in Little London, Westmoreland, which is not a good sign. These roads may be flooded very soon. Um, so we're going to be looking out for that as well. So negative 2.25 Celsius in the eye, so that breaks its record once again. Hurricane Melissa has broken its record many, many times. We have not done hurricane coverage on this channel in a while. This is our first in around like 1 to 2 years. Melissa, about 20 miles away from landfall. Broke its record multiple times. Hmm. Yeah, we should be getting another satellite view of this in about 4 minutes, and that'll be for 8:40 a.m., which we are in 8:40 a.m. They're about 10 minutes behind. This this hurricane will be studied for a very long time. I would not be surprised if we see these cameras eventually go down completely. Yeah, it's probably going to break its record again. Yeah, it will weaken a bit. Right now it's about 173 miles per hour. It'll get around 167 with 201 mile per hour wind gusts. Once it's inland a little bit. So wind speed dies down a bit, but 201 mile per hour wind gusts is extremely dangerous. I mean that will snap trees. Um, that will significantly damage houses. That will rip roofs off of houses. Um, yeah, yeah. Actually, no, all the observations are sub 900. So like 890s. 893.4, I think the lowest. Um, yeah. So pretty sure this will get like insane. I mean, I already knew this was insane yesterday morning when I woke up and checked it, but yeah, once that report came in yesterday that we were, you know, like they had to get out of the hurricane. That's how bad it was. The hurricane hunters. Um, the video of inside the eye is going to be insane. The videos like storm chasers on the ground, which I do not recommend chasing a hurricane of this strength, even if you're in the United States. Um, this is definitely going to be extremely significant. Not a good idea to chase this hurricane. Let's make a comparison now that the 830 or 840 is out. This is about 810. And then 30 minutes. Yeah, definitely got some movement now. Um, but yeah, this entire eye, to put into perspective how powerful this hurricane is, this entire eye hurricane hunters released were below 900 pressure. We don't see that in a lot of hurricanes. Yeah, so dude. And then our NOAA plane be getting closer to Mesogort. Yep. That's cool. I didn't know I could just right click and pause it. Yeah, so here's like, oh, I can't. Yeah, I can. This is like the earliest one. So we're at clean infrared. Here's visible. Yeah. Wow. So yeah, this is definitely getting closer and closer. This eye wall is about 20 to 15 miles out. Um, so yeah, getting closer, and the hurricane hunters all the way in this eye recorded like sub 900 pressure. So from the middle of the eye, what? I did not click draw. I clicked measure. Okay. So this, if you're following the line, this is about 27 miles out. And then if you look at it from eye wall, it's about 20 miles out. So yeah, about 18.3 miles out from landfall. This is from the closest point, or one of the closest points here. This is Wally Wash, Great Pond, all these areas, Great Bay, Calabash Bay, Frenchman's Bay, Billy's Bay. You guys need to be in your safe spots. Pond side, all these areas, Santa Cruz, Black River, White House, Belmont, Savannah Lamar, Black River. All you guys need to be in. This is all in the pass from Savannah Lamar all the way down to Gut River, Francois Beach. You guys are in here, and even if you are not in the direct cone and the direct path, flooding will go into Kingston, Port Antonio, Morant Bay, Spanish Town, um, Montego Bay, and if you're in the mountains, the winds will be higher up there. So you do not want to be up there near mountains, even if you're trying to get away from flooding, as landslides are also possible. Um, so you will get multiple things. multiple areas or multiple dangers with this: wind, flooding, landslides. Um, so there really is very few safe spots that you can be in for this hurricane. You got to yeah. Yep. So this thing is like this is like negative 900 pressure. We do not see that a lot. Here's the warnings in effect. Wow, look at like that's a huge hurricane warning. Well, it's also for ships, boats, all that. Okay, so seas given as significant wave height, which is the average height of the highest one-third of waves. Individual waves may be more than twice the significant wave height. So if you are boating in any of these areas, you shouldn't be boating. You've had tons of time to put your ship at dock, all these areas. And unfortunately, Bryce Shelton is taking this head on. So that is nobody. I do not recommend that. If you are storm chasing, um, just don't chase hurricanes unless you are like very experienced. Hurricane Hunters AF 303 recon flight. They are still circling. There has only been one wind barb that is above 900, and that's 900.3. All the other ones have either been 899 or lower, which is very, very impressive for a hurricane. We don't see that a lot. I'm pretty sure, like Milton, we saw 800 something, but this beat Milton. So this may be a little bit more dangerous. Jeff Piotrowski, he's getting his helmet on. Okay. So we should be getting the next clean infrared scan in about a minute, about 30 seconds. Um, and then we will put the measurement of how many miles this hurricane is out back on the screen. This is this is one Category 5 away from I think beating one of the hurricane seasons. Yeah, this is the third Category 5. If we got one more, this would tie the record set by the legendary 2005 season. 80% of this season's hurricanes have reached Category 4 or Category 5. That's the highest percentage in history of the Atlantic. Now, the only thing that is like different about this hurricane is this hurricane was the only one to make landfall that was Category 4 or higher. Most of the other ones have not. New tropical cyclone update. Air Force Reserve hurricane hunters find Melissa stronger. So this has intensified. Um, this is extremely dangerous. I'm going to put this on screen in a minute. It should be on screen now. Or not. Yeah. Well, here it is. Okay. So, Air Force Reserve hurricane hunters find Melissa stronger as northern eyewall is approaching the southern coast of Jamaica. This is 9 a.m. EDT position update. The eye of Melissa is nearing the southern coast of Jamaica and is expected to make landfall within the next few hours. This is an extremely dangerous and life-threatening situation. Take action now to protect your life. That is very scary wording from the National Hurricane Center. Residents in Jamaica should not leave their shelter as winds will rapidly increase within the eye wall of Melissa, remain in place through the passage of these life-threatening conditions. An Air Force Reserve Hurricane Hunter aircraft has found that Melissa is strengthening with a maximum sustained wind of 180 miles per hour, which is 290 kilometers an hour. Estimated minimum central pressure based on aircraft data has fallen to 896 millibar pressures, and another position update will be provided in an hour. That is scary wording from the National Hurricane Center, but that may save many lives. This is the newest product from there, and as you can see, it's about. That's not accurate. No. From the eye wall, about 17 miles. And the second plane is now on its way into this hurricane, so it should show us. Yeah, this is 27 kilometers and around 14 nautical miles. How do I turn that off? Oh, yeah, I'll turn that off. It's about 17 miles away. Um, it's about an hour and a half away from landfall. Or 2 hours. This isn't confirmed. I'm gonna wait till it's confirmed because I don't want to. Because that can't be true. Yeah. So this is. So this Hurricane Melissa is only beaten. It's 1 millibar away from Milton. Okay. So it's only beaten. It's actually beat 2005 Katrina of 902. But Melissa is only beaten by Milton, Rita, the Labor Day hurricane, Gilbert, and Wilma. Um, and it could easily climb or lose more pressure. I thought it did beat Milton. I don't know. Um, Now this is an unconfirmed report, so I don't know um about it. This is extremely dangerous for the plane. Somebody said that Air Force plans to stay in the eye of Melissa. I don't know about the um about that statement. But we'll find out soon. Um, yeah. So about 17 miles. A lot of massive vortices in this. Like one, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, this is going to be a very destructive, potentially even catastrophic hurricane to impact Jamaica within the next hour to 2 hours. About 2 hours. This is an extremely significant hurricane. The water is getting much higher. Uh, Somebody said, yeah, I don't really see it getting much higher. Yep, about 2 minutes away from the next. All right, so it's 17.1 miles from my point. So we're gonna go off the edge of the eye wall here, and then this point. So you'll be getting the 9 a.m. satellite view here in a minute from infrared. From goes east. Um, Looks like recon. That thing was false because I think recon is leaving unless they're doing another um loop or whatever. But yeah, more barbs. Only one was 900. The rest were under 900, 899, or lower. 892.3 was the lowest. So I think that beat. Yep, that beats Milton, Rita. That's up there with Labor Day. So that has officially been even. That's a lower pressure. I think they're going to fly through the northeastern eye wall here in a minute. Um, we will get another position update in about 50 minutes from the National Hurricane Center. Yeah, and they will not be staying in the eye. They're going to leave to the northeastern part of the eye wall. Oops. Yep, so it's now up there. Um, It's now 15 miles away. So, 15 miles away, getting closer. It was like 100 yesterday. Oh no, is Flatbridge Cam gone? No, it's not. Yeah, we did. Rip. Yeah, we might be live tomorrow for the Cat 4 landfall of Cuba. That's going to still be um dangerous. Yeah, and eventually the entire power grid. And NOAA 42 is turning around. I don't know if they're turning around. They could just be holding. Um, Never mind. I guess they're bailing out, so we won't get another recon. Okay, they're just descending. Yeah. So they could be they're descending, but they probably are also waiting for the other recon to leave before they enter. Because, there's really no point on having two recons in, but they might just be doing a constant recon thing like yesterday, where we just have constant recon going out. Um and we have no break until later on. Now this thing will make landfall in about 2 hours. So we are to continuing to track Hurricane Melissa. Yeah, Melissa has broken driest eye wall record and has broken some other hurricanes uh pressure record like Milton. It's probably going to beat Labor Day hurricane once this next recon comes in. Um yeah, a lot of people are also saying I'm not sure about that. The core is extremely close to land and uh wavelength is decreasing again. I think it's running out of time. Yeah, once it gets closer to land, it'll weaken a little bit. You can see that from the track. So this thing is all right. So yeah, we're also wait. What? Oh, never mind. I thought we didn't get another update. Be right back. Like 30 seconds. I need to pop my neck. Bro. There we go. Flat bridge cameras back. Let me check. How to make. Let me check recon. So yeah, Noah 42. Um, Noah 2. Yeah, Noah 2 is in like a holding. The other one is what looks like exiting Melissa. Not sure if I can show it on stream. I'm getting unconfirmed reports. I'm not gonna say it on stream till it's fucking. I mean, confirmed. Um, they might be stuck in the R. Yeah, this thing just popped off, became extremely violent. We should be getting the 910 frame now. Hopefully, if everything goes right. All right, there it is. 13 miles away. Okay, so this is from a uh like somebody, a hurricane hunter, increasingly worried about my crewmates as they have been circling the eye for over 20 minutes now. Still no drop sonde has been transmitted. X-Trap SOP is down to 892. Hopefully that they're just trying to get a good sonde out. Um, we are 13.9 miles away. Much, much turbulence. Probably why they've been in there for a while. Yep. It was 15 miles away. Now it's 13.9. Much closer. And this is like at the closest point, directly on that. So yeah, extreme, extreme hurricane. Um, yep. So hopefully the crew they made it out of the hurricane, so that's good. But it seems they were trying to get something out, or they were just increasing their time inside of the eye. I don't know. It looked like they were stuck, but that's unlikely they were stuck. Um, yeah, we are about 2 hours away, an hour and a half maybe from landfall. Um, yeah, so yeah, this is a radar loop. I'm gonna turn it off for a minute because I think it's starting to lag or something. Drop sond. Um, bro. I mean, I don't. They could have aborted. Noah 2 or Noah 4 could have aborted mission. I don't know. Yeah, it's definitely going to be. And this makes it. This is unconfirmed, but this may make Hurricane Melissa tied for the third strongest Atlantic hurricane ever. It's tied with Labor Day 1935. So yeah, it may just be tied with third since this is going to be start its weakening very soon. But that's only when the eye is over land. And third strongest all time meaning minimum pressure. Oops. There we go. That's that. Um, there it is. So probably about 10 miles away. Man. So from that to that, about 12 miles away. So yeah, 12.5 ish landfalls from, or miles from landfall. Um, dude, the Air Force plane, apparently it dropped 950 meters because of turbulence. Yeah, I think Noah too is just waiting for the other recon to completely leave because they're in a holding pattern right now. Wait, what? Okay, so this is tied for the strongest Atlantic landfall ever from data going back to 1851, and it's the first sub 900 Atlantic landfall in 95 years. But yeah, they're probably just waiting for the other plane to leave. About 6 to 5 minutes away from the next frame for satellite. Yeah, so this thing is like this is 50 more miles per hour than Gilbert, which is the strongest hurricane that ever hit Jamaica. Next position update in 25 minutes. Yeah, we might not see this like for the rest of our lives, dude. Like that's how insane this is. Um, yeah, 896 millibars officially with Sond supporting 892 millibar pressure inside of the eye of this hurricane. This is the most insane. Like this is the strongest Atlantic landfall in 90 years. That is how like significant this hurricane is. But this will probably I agree with these people. Um like these storms will be more and more common as the tropical temperatures warms up. This is that's one of the reasons why this hurricane is so powerful, and there are also like minimal like things in the environment to really hinder it from doing anything. The only thing that will weaken it is landfall. That's how significant this thing is. Um, Landfall is really the only thing going to weaken this thing. And it's not even going to weaken it by a lot. It's only going to take it down one category before it makes landfall on Wednesday around Hurricane Category 4. That'll be tomorrow at 2 a.m. And then it'll make landfall. It'll be directly over. Like the eye will be completely over Jamaica at about 2 p.m. Yeah, Flat Bridge may be gone. Yeah, we're 12.5 miles away. Um, we're about to get another update, which will be the 9:30 frame any second now, and then we will put up that measurement again. Yeah, and it's not 892 officially. The National Hurricane Center has it at 896. Did the bridge just collapse, dude? There it is, 9:30. 11.6 miles until landfall. Yeah, and Black River will likely be be directly in the eye during landfall. This is very intense. Why is there a storm warning? 892. Once again from the drop sonde. That's from Noah. That's from AF303. Never mind. Oopsies. But here we go. Noah something is entering the eye. Wait, no, that was that's Air Force 303. Noah is about to give sub 890. Hmm. And the craziest thing is, we are like directly tied with Labor Day hurricane with this hurricane. 180, 892. So this is one of the more significant hurricanes and the strongest landfall once again in 90 years in the Atlantic. Yep, and I was right. Uh, Hurricane Hunter that was not, it was at the briefings on this mission. Terrain considerations, aircraft exiting the same radial, smart to wait a few. Yeah, so, especially even though the eye wall is giant, um, you know, the separation between the two planes, if one gets turbulence and the other gets turbulence, they, not likely, but they may collide, and it's better to just have one plane at a time in the eye wall. I wonder if there's any chasers. No. There's no chasers. Wait, 891.7? Where did it say 891? Yeah, 891.7. Dude, what? This is insane. This is actually insane. 890. Wow, dude. 890.90 pressure. What? It's gotten even lower. Looks like the wind is ramping up a bit. Jamaican mountains are roughly 2,200 feet. But yeah, if I have enough time, I will go live tomorrow for the Cuba landfall at Category 4. Um, let's go ahead. All right, so Currently, it's about 11.6 miles. Um, it is still Category 5. It'll be Category 5 directly over Jamaica at 2 p.m. But it'll make landfall in about an hour. Then after it clears Jamaica tomorrow at um 2 a.m., it'll be over it'll be making landfall at Cuba. 138 mile per hour wind gusts. I mean 138 mile per hour wind speed, like current wind speed, or um whoa. They gained and lost, bro. There is so much turbulence in that storm. They lost 370 feet and then right back up. That's like a roller coaster. So wind gusts 167 at 2 a.m. tomorrow. After that, 2 p.m. So 12 hours after Cuban landfall, it'll be 109 mile per hour Category 2 with 132 mile per hour wind gusts. So it'll weaken significantly. It'll weaken by 2 categories after it makes Cuban landfall. When it's over Cuba, it'll probably be around Category 3. Um, and then after it goes over there, so it'll be hitting the Bahamas at around Category 2. And then once it clears the Bahamas, it'll be around Category 2, 104 mile per hour, 127 mile per hour wind gusts, October 20th or October 30th at 2 a.m. And then it'll hit Bermuda Halloween, October 31st at 2 a.m. Um, at 92 miles per hour, 115 gusts. So not nearly as significant as it is right now. But yeah, it could. The cone of uncertainty grows from there. Um, should be getting that new infrared frame. Wow, a lot closer now. Yeah, so if I was in Crawford, Black River, Pondside, Mountainside, all these areas, Billy's Bay, Calabash Bay, it's about 9 to 12 miles away from y'all, and that's when it'll be making landfall. So it's about 9.8 to 12 miles from landfall right now. That was insanely. That was a big cutoff from how many miles we have left. Um, This thing is showing no sign of stopping till it makes landfall, and it won't stop it. It will just get a little bit weaker. Category 4. And I'm not even certain it'll be Category 5 when it's right here. I think it'll be around Category 4 like some areas are saying, but I remember earlier it did say that would be Category 4, but I just don't know about that. Um, wow, dude. What is this, dude? Yeah, 180 knots. That's 207 miles per hour. Um, So this is going to be significant, like very bad. This is going to be very, very bad. So Jeff Morgerman, he's a chaser or somebody around here. He's Crawford, St. Elizabeth Parish. Don't really know where that is. Dude, they reached 3.79 G-force. I didn't even, I thought, isn't that like above max? Um, yeah, like this is extremely dangerous to chase or even be in, um, to like even be land interaction starting. Yeah, I'll be right back. Be right back. All right, I'm back. We should be getting the hourly update soon. Um, 185, 892. So that officially. Oh wow. So the National Hurricane Center has just released an hourly update of this hurricane. So I'm gonna get this up. The wording on this is scary. I mean, absolutely scary. I've never seen wording like this, ever. Um, okay, so this is an extreme. Okay, like so, Hurricane Melissa tropical cyclone update from Hurricane Center, Miami, Florida. Catastrophic winds moving onshore southern Jamaica. Last chance to protect your life. 10 a.m. EDT position update. This is an extremely dangerous and life-threatening situation. Take cover now. Failure to adequately shelter may result in serious injury and loss of life. Residents in Jamaica will experience the eye should not leave their shelter as winds will rapidly increase within the backside of the eye wall of Melissa. To protect yourself from wind, the best thing you can do is to put many walls as possible between you and the outside. An interior room without windows, ideally one where you can also avoid falling trees, is the safest place you can be in a building. You can cover yourself with a mattress and wear a helmet for added protection. NOAA Hurricane Hunter aircraft find that Melissa continues to strengthen with maximum sustained winds of 185 miles per hour, 295 kilometers an hour. The minimum central pressure has fallen to 892 millibars, which is 26.34 inches, based on NOAA and Hurricane Hunter Air Force Reserve aircraft data. The next update will be provided with the full advisory package at 11 a.m., so that is in about an hour. That is from the National Hurricane Center in Miami, Florida. We are about 8.7 miles. We're about 8.7 miles away from landfall here, which landfall will be very, very shortly. That is, yeah, this is and they are right. This is the last chance to protect your life if you are in the path of this storm. Even if you are in Jamaica, you need to be taking shelter immediately. This is extremely, extremely dangerous. I mean, like, this is extremely dangerous. This is the last chance to protect your life. Put as many walls between you and the outside as you can to protect yourself from wind. And, this is just like a tornado, but just more widespread and a little bit different. The debris is still going to fly. That's the one of the main threats, and flooding as well. You do not want to be stuck in flood waters because you need to get on a high ground, not a mountain, and avoid areas near mountains due to landslides if you can. But you should be in your safe spot right now. I mean, this is 8.7 miles away. So a sturdy building, a hospital or anything, find the most interior room, the most interior room with as many walls as possible, like a janitor's closet, one room, or listen to the hospital if they have a certain room. Probably more upstairs, as those are the buildings that will survive as hospitals, and well-built businesses. Um, this is this Hurricane Melissa name will be retired. We know that already, but that's completely irrelevant to what we're talking about. But you need to also wear a helmet. I don't know why they said you can. You must wear a helmet just in case of falling debris, broken windows, and make sure, it's like the tornado precautions, make sure you wear shoes, because if your area does not flood, or if you're on a higher floor, um, the wind may throw debris into a window like a sheet metal roof, and it could break the window. And glass will go everywhere, and you don't want to be stepping in glass, which you shouldn't really be walking much, anyways. But this may be the deadliest hurricane in Jamaica history. Um, did we never get an update? No, we did. Yeah, I don't think we've ever seen wording this significant from the National Hurricane Center ever. This is extremely significant hurricane. 8.7 miles from landfall. Um, oh my god. So, yeah. We will be returning to weather coverage after this stream, like full time now. Like, I was kind of dead for a little bit. Yeah. Let's see if Little London is down again. Yep. All right, we should be getting the update soon on the next frame. Um, we are just getting closer and closer to landfall here. That's a big jump. About .6 miles away. Dude. Now, 17.6 miles. Um, yep. This will impact Black River. The winds, the flooding will be extreme. So we got a 250 mile per hour wind gusts. A significant wind gust. Um, this will be wow. All right, Air Force leaving. Okay, so that drop zone got dropped in the south eye wall and landed on in the northwest. How does that happen? This is a very, very windy hurricane. Yeah, so that was the back side of the eye wall. That's why they tell you do not go outside during when you're in the eye because like that, like a snap, wind will be right back, and that proves it. This thing is gonna hit directly into Black River. You guys are directly in the path of this. Around 7.6 miles. Morgerman just published punishing Dustin Crawford, wind whistling through the cracks in the shutters, door thudding against the frame. Trees. Wow. He's in Crawford. Oh, he's right here. Dude, he's right there. Okay. Yeah. Wow. Wow, dude. Today is going to be insane. Bruh. Yeah, this is a very strong hurricane. We're about to get another. We're about to get the 1010 EST frame here in a minute. One 184 miles an hour. Yeah, go up. Wow. I think it went up. Um. Whoa. Whoa. Photo of the eye. Should be getting that new 1010 frame any minute now. Probably going to be somewhere around here. I'd say right here. About where the green ends. Might be a bit late. Okay, yeah. Getting closer. I'm gonna remove the measure. The yellow is basically now hitting. Um Here's the loop. I'm gonna show the loop. Look how far back it was at 750. It's definitely made some moves. This is significant. It's moving slow. Yeah, so Josh Morgerman is like right in the path of this, right where this is going to hit. He's going to be basically in the eye. Hopefully he stays indoors, but it would be cool if we got a few eye pictures. Um, we've been on this loop. This is really the only thing um we can really get. This is really the only. This is our way of radar whenever there's a hurricane like this far out, really away from radar. There is a radar, but it's really far away now, and it does not have a velocity product. So like there will likely be like some tornadoes, some isolated tornadoes with this, but we have multiple pictures. I cannot show them. Um, because I might get copyrighted, I'm pretty sure, but there's pictures of inside the eye from NOAA. Um, this is extreme. Like, this is right up close on Jamaica right now. This will be impacting Black River in about less than an hour, I'd say. So yeah, this is about an hour or less to landfall. Yeah. So our next scan or our next view, our next frame will be in about 6 minutes. I wouldn't be surprised if that this green right here is closer to land. Once the eye wall hits land, I'd say that's when I'm gonna call it landfall. Yeah, they experienced like 3.4 to 3.5 G's in the hurricane. Yeah, they experienced negative 2.54 G's as well. So that aircraft will probably need to be inspected. Expecting landfall very soon. I mean, does that look like that band is like dissipating? It might just be going into the storm, but this one is huge. Those are storms, dude. Yeah, I'm gonna focus on the wider view. I'm gonna get our flat bridge camera up. Visibility is definitely decreasing there. Is Little London Westmoreland camera back? Nope. What about downtown Maypen? Okay, this is alive. No, it's not. That camera's down. This camera is one of the only ones near it that is up. Then we have downtown Kingston. So we're gonna have that. No, it's fine. We'll just have. I wish there was a camera that was like right at it. Okay, let me stop this because we're about to get the next scan. And I want to see how close it is now to landfall. Um, it should be pretty close. Yeah, we're about to get the 10:20 a.m. scan. Uh, within the next 20 seconds. Usually how long it takes. There it is. Wow. All right, so we are like basically about to make landfall within the next like 30 minutes. Landfall within like an hour is guaranteed. I'd say. It is kind of wobbling a little bit west from the track, but it's still in the cone of uncertainty, which is basically on track. The bad thing is, though, is that, you know, we were forecasting it to hit Black River, but now it's about to directly hit that dude in Crawford. Yeah. Um. So this is about recon. Mission was to get past us until landfall, circumnavigate, then head for home. A crew will go back out this evening and track the storm again once it moves back offshore. So once it moves all the way through um Jamaica and is right around here. So this is tomorrow about 2 a.m. So it'll probably be later on, like way later on today, around like 5 p.m. We'll probably be live till 11, or not 11, like 12. Yeah, mission was to get past to landfall. Okay, so that's true. Um, that's about NOAA 42. Um, so yeah, yeah. So this is a very, very dangerous storm. I mean, this is. I'll be right back. Yeah, okay, I'm back. All right. Yeah, the Iowa is very intense. Um, I don't know much about anything else. Yeah, this will directly impact Black River. Black River. Yeah, I mean, um, 2 minutes until the next, um, till the next frame. Um, nearing landfall. About 20 seconds until our next frame. This will put us maybe 30, maybe 20 minutes away. Like, from getting the eye wall overland. Crane Corner. Where is Crane Corner? We already know Treasure Beach, Billy's Bay. Um, oh, it did update. What? That can't be right. No way. No way, dude. It made like no movement. Oh yeah, it did. Wow, so Josh Morgan said there's crashing sounds like an explosion, like debris is flying down the street, trees blending over, unpleasant pressure in the ears. Man, this is a significant um hurricane if it's doing like pressure in the ears. Now, I don't know um I don't know, like that could easily be not true, but he's a pretty reputable source. I mean, he knows, and he's also smart. He knows where his safe spots is and stuff. It's not too smart to be this close to a hurricane, but if you have a safe spot and stuff, I guess. But the flooding is going to be very intense near the coast, mostly near the coast. But you're watching Hurricane Melissa coverage. We are just under, uh, I'd say around 30 minutes until the eye wall begins to go over land. Once that happens, that's landfall. And then once the eye is completely over land, that back side of the eye is what we have the most um, wind in. There's already videos of Treasure Beach extremely loud. So Treasure Beach, this is right here near Little Park. If you are in really anywhere in Jamaica, you need to be taking shelter immediately. These winds are literally screaming, dude. Um, we will be getting the next hourly update. Dude, yeah, I can't show it on stream because it's copyright. It's from JS Photography, but I wish they had this on weatherwise, but there is screaming winds, literally screaming winds, over here in Jamaica at Treasure Beach, and we've not even made complete landfall yet. This is just on the eastern side, so this is like the northeastern side of the storm, which everybody's saying is the most powerful, or more the eastern side. But it's currently receiving screaming winds about 60 miles per hour or more. Wouldn't be surprised if all the trees here snap. I mean, there's no visibility at all. Insane. And that was, yeah, it's been like that the past 36 minutes. Never heard that big of a roar. 5 minutes till the next frame. See, the entirety of Jamaica is under a hurricane warning. Winds are going insane now. Yeah, it sounds like a tornado. That's what the wind sounds like. Um, it is kind of wobbling west. Doesn't really matter though. Bro. Let me tell you. Yeah, this is staying on track with models. So, uh-oh. Is the camera down for Treasure Beach? Nope. Thought it was. Um, let's wait on that next one, which will be the 1040 um thing. The 1040 time mark, 1040 frame. That guy with the hurricane winds have had like 900 um monitors. I only have two. Two. Yeah, the back side of the storm reached 200 miles per hour, but that was likely just a gust. Yeah, we have a guy in Crawford. In about 20 seconds or less, we'll be getting the uh not scan but the frame of 1040. Yeah, it's like right. It's very close. I mean, if we look at the point we were going off earlier, that's like what, 3 miles? Oh well, not from that. From that. um. Yeah, this is very similar to some other hurricanes, but more dangerous. Man, I'm yawning. Oh, so there it is. They just. I love how it shows it loops. That's not. I think weather-wise just changed up on their own. Oh, there we go. Um, that's the advisory. Extremely dangerous Category 5. Melissa is about to make landfall in Jamaica. Catastrophic winds, flash flooding, and storm surge occurring on the island. The eye wall is arriving um in Crawford very soon. Yep. About 6 to 5 minutes until the next frame. Um, the government of Cuba has issued a hurricane warning for the province of Las Tunas and a tropical storm warning for the province of Camagüey. The Meteorological Service of the Bahamas has discontinued the hurricane watch for the Turks and Caicos Islands. So don't know the source of that, but it's from somebody in a server. Um, yeah, that there's a Treasure Beach stream. If any of y'all want to watch it, if I even have any viewers right now, I don't know. But there is hurricane force winds right now, about 80-mile-per-hour winds currently impacting Treasure Beach. Um, and it's most likely also in. It's basically likely impacting all of this area. Wouldn't be surprised if it was. Yeah, it is impacting Crawford. Um, because someone there said that. I'm waiting for a update from him. We will likely be live. Depends. Later for 2 a.m. landfall tomorrow in Cuba, which will be Category 4, and a few more minutes until landfall, or at least the next frame, which will likely show the eye wall right on the coast. But yeah, Black River, uh, Cambridge, Sandy Ground, Crawford, White House, Auchendown, Belmont, Savannah Lamar, New Holland, Southfield, Alligator Pond, Junction, Malvern, Pepper, Spur Tree, Santa Cruz. You guys are going to be the first people currently getting the impacts, probably all around the southern coast of Jamaica right now. Um, this is the final time to take life-saving measures. Waiting on the next one, which will be the 1050 frame. They're about 10 minutes, always 10 minutes behind. Um, 2 minutes. Yeah, and I'd say all airports are shut down. So yeah, about 2 minutes and 20 seconds. Um, about 1 minute, 20 seconds. Yeah, we will be live for a little bit longer. Okay, so Jeff Piotrowski, he's right here, dude. So that's a chaser, storm spotter. Right now, he's going. Oh my gosh, dude! I do not recommend this. We've probably taken shelter. All right, yeah, it's basically the eye wall is beginning to make landfall over Jamaica. And the storm surge thing is not looking good. I'm just gonna say that. There's tons of red on the storm surge map. This is the eye is also kind of exiting the cone of uncertainty a little bit. Yeah, eye wall is on shore. Since it's 10 minutes behind, so this is basically like a frame behind, and then it's like 2 frames behind when it's issued, and then 1 frame behind again. The red is 9 feet. Oh my god, dude. Okay, 35% of customers in the main electric utility in Jamaica are now without power. That's from the press conference, which I assume is from like Jamaican city or government or something, or from the electrical provider. Um, Tons of lightning in this as well. 'Well, and we have another storm spotter, which is Brandon Clement over here. 185-mile-per-hour winds sustained as well. Oh, part of St. Elizabeth. Water is beginning to flood in. So once again, it's 184, 185, 892 pressure. Um, the public advisory, extremely dangerous, category 5. Melissa is about to make landfall in Jamaica. Catastrophic winds, flash flooding, and storm surge occurring on the island. Changes with this advisory. We already saw that. Hurricane warning is in effect for Jamaica, Cuban areas. Discussion at 11 a.m. The eye of the Hurricane Melissa was located near latitude 17.9 north, longitude 77.9 west. Melissa is moving toward the north northeast near 9 miles per hour, a turn toward the northeast with an increase in forward speed is expected later today, followed by a faster northeastward motion on Wednesday and Thursday. On the forecast track, the core of Melissa is expected to make landfall on Jamaica during the next couple of hours, move across southeastern Cuba early Wednesday morning, and move across southeastern or central Bahamas later on Wednesday. Maximum sustained winds are near 185 miles per hour with higher gusts. Melissa is a Category 5 hurricane. Little change in strength is expected before Melissa makes landfall in Jamaica. Melissa is expected to reach Jamaica and southeastern Cuba as an extremely dangerous major hurricane, and it will be a strong hurricane when it moves across southeastern Bahamas. Hurricane force winds extend outward up to 30 miles from the center, and tropical storm force winds extend outward up to 109 miles. The estimated minimum central pressure is 892. Wind, catastrophic hurricane force winds are spreading over Jamaica. Within the eye wall of Melissa, total structural failure is likely near the path of Melissa, especially in higher elevation areas where the wind speeds atop and the windward sides of hills and mountains could be up to 30% stronger. Do not venture out of the eye as winds will rapidly increase within the backside of the eye wall. Um, Rainfall Melissa is expected to bring rainfall of 15 to 30 inches to portions of Jamaica and additional rainfall of 6 to 8 inches with maximum or localized maximum to 12 inches for southern Hispaniola through Wednesday, with total storm local maxima of 40 inches possible. Catastrophic flash flooding and numerous landslides are likely. That's why you shouldn't really be like near a hill or like near a mountain because landslides are very likely. Um, and then storm surge, which will be the final one we cover. Life-threatening storm surge is likely along the south coast of Jamaica today. Peak storm surge heights could reach 9 to 13 feet above ground level near and to the east of where the center of Melissa makes landfall. This storm surge will be accompanied by large and destructive waves. On the northwest coast of Jamaica near Montego Bay, there is a possibility of 2 to 4 feet of storm surge above ground level. There's a potential for significant storm surge along the southeast coast of Cuba late today or Wednesday. Peak storm surge heights could reach 8 to 12 feet above normal tide levels near and to the east of where the center of Melissa makes landfall. This storm surge will be accompanied by large and destructive waves. Storm surge of 5 to 8 feet above normally dry ground is possible in the southeastern Bahamas on Wednesday. 2 to 4 feet above normally dry ground in the Turks and Caicos on Wednesday. Minor coastal flooding is expected along the coast of Haiti. Melissa also tripled its lightning count in under 15 minutes, and the next intermediate advisory is at 2 p.m. The next complete advisory is at 5 p.m. And some guy key messages. This is an extremely dangerous and life-threatening situation. We already saw that. We're about to. Oh, there it is. Yep, landfall. There we go. Yep. This is. This is significant. We'll be live till about 11:30 or 12 because you know, there's really Jamaica's going to lose power, so there's really not going to be anybody in Jamaica to really go live to. This is significant. Let's see if this camera's back up. Nope. I really want to see what this flat bridge is at. Dude, it's gone. Downtown Maypen. Yeah, this is definitely strengthening. This is significant, dude. Dude, okay, yeah. So we were only here to cover landfall. So once this goes a little bit more overall in the stream, because I have something to do, we'll be providing efforts, depending on how bad the damage is. Also, we'll be opening super chats and stuff, eventually. Let's go. Um, how many viewers we got? Hey, we got a new subscriber. We got a like as well. Oh, Aiden. Uh, damn, I missed those. Hi, Melissa Hughes. Will Melissa have lightning at rainfall? Um, yes, it will. It will have lightning if you're still watching. It will have lightning at rainfall. Yes. Um, yeah. It will have lightning at rainfall or at landfall. It's had lightning in the eye. It's actually had an uptick. Um, and no, this will not hit the U.S. That hurt. But yeah, it will have lightning. It does currently have lightning, actually. So, just if you are in the area, if you are in that area, I recommend, if you're really in any area, is my microphone working? Why do I have auto tune? Dude, I had auto tune for a minute. But yeah, responding to Gwin77, dude, I sold. I actually sold. Yep, 2 minutes till 11:10 frame. I'm losing my voice. Yeah, no, it will not have lightning at or it will have lightning at landfall. Um, I'm losing my voice. There it is. So yeah, Crawford is now getting hit by the eye wall. About 10 minutes I'll end the stream because I gotta do something related to this. Uh the winds are too strong. A 53rd weather reconnaissance squadron crew, call sign Teal 75, known as the Air Force Reserve Hurricane Hunters, is returning to its forward operating location in Caraco after encountering heavy turbulence today while entering the eye of Hurricane Melissa, a Category 5 storm. During the event, the aircraft briefly experienced forces stronger than normal due to turbulence. While this does not automatically indicate damage, standard safety procedures require an inspection before returning to operations. A 53rd WRS is an Air Force Reserve unit assigned to the. All right, so yeah, so they um yeah, so look, that little sliver is already in the eye. But yeah, Melissa will have lightning at rainfall, and no, it'll not hit the United States. Yep. I'm gonna get off stream about 5 minutes.
Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and get off the stream. Because I might go live later tonight at around 2 a.m. to get the Cuba landfall. If you are in the path of this hurricane and still watching, go to either Ryan Hall or Max Velocity. Like literally anybody who are live, I recommend Ryan Hall. He actually covers stuff. So does all the others, but he also has like a larger team which corrects and stuff. So we've been live for, I'm gonna check, probably about 4 hours. Yeah, and I got stuff to do. This has been an insane hurricane, or 3 hours. This has been an insane hurricane. If any, this is not really like tornadoes. Um, Once landfall happens, that means it's actually hitting that area. But I'll be going live if something crazy happens, like. But really, we don't really know because now we're not really getting recon. So, and Little London lost power. A lot of areas are losing power. So, it's not really